Episode 11, The Hit. Every neighborhood had its own version of football. Not the kind played in stadiums with referees and bright lights. The real kind. The kind played in empty grass fields behind apartment buildings where the dirt patches were bigger than the grass and the sidelines only existed if people agreed they did. No helmets, no pads, no coaches yelling instructions. Just a football, two teams, whatever pride people carried into the game. And Terrace Gardens football wasn't just something you played. It was something you proved yourself through. And when it came to football in our neighborhood, everybody knew one thing. I was the best player out there. At least that's what people said. The field behind the community center was already crowded that afternoon. Kids stood along the fence watching. Some sat on the swings. A few older guys leaned against the metal railing, talking trash before the game even started. Dre tossed the football towards me. You quarterbacking? Man, I always quarterback. Because you always win. JoJo walked over stretching his arms like he was warming up for a professional game. I'm wide receiver. Man, you slow, Peanut said. I'm strategic, JoJo said. Peanut pointed across the field. Oh, them courts boys here. 3 older kids from Palace Courts were walking towards the grass. Football games sometimes pulled players from both neighborhoods. Sometimes it stayed friendly, sometimes it didn't. Dre smiled when he saw him. Good. Why good, I asked. So we can embarrass him. The game started fast. No whistle, no countdown. Just someone yelling, go! And bodies crashing together. I dropped back for the first play. Dre ran across the middle. I launched the ball. Perfect spiral. Dre caught it clean. Touchdown. The field exploded. Let's go. Peanut sprinted down the field yelling, way up. Dre ran back towards me laughing. I told you so. For a moment, everything felt perfect. Football, friends, summer heat. The kind of moment that made the whole neighborhood feel alive. But football in the neighborhood had one rule. Hits were real. And sometimes too real. Late in the game, Dre caught another pass near the sideline. He turned upfield, and the defender came flying towards him. Dre lowered his shoulder. The other kid lowered his shoulder. They collided hard. The sound echoed across the field. Pow! Dre hit the ground. The ball rolled loose into the ground. For a moment, nobody moved. Then Dre jumped up angry. That was dirty. The other kid shoved him. Man, you ran into me. I was already down. You wasn't down. Both teams rushed in, shoving, voices rising, trash talk flying everywhere. The air shifted instantly. I stepped between them. Hey, relax. But Dre's anger wasn't fading. His eyes were locked in on me now. You threw me that pass knowing they was going to hit me. The words caught me off guard. Man, what? You heard me. You wanted the ball. Yeah, but not like that. The whole field went quiet. Because now the argument wasn't about football no more. It was about pride. And pride was dangerous. Dre stepped closer. You always try and be the hero. Man, what are you talking about? You always gotta be the one making the play. I stared at him. We've been playing together forever. Yeah, Dre said. And somehow you always the one everybody cheering for. The words hit harder than the tackle, because suddenly something became clear. This wasn't about today's game. This had been sitting inside him for a long time. JoJo stepped between us. Yo, chill. Peanut looked nervous. Man, y'all serious? Dre shook his head slowly. You always gotta win. I'm just playing the game. Nah, bruh. You playing everything like it's a competition. The field stayed silent. Then Dre grabbed the football off the ground. Man, I'm done. He threw the ball down hard, then walked off the field. Just like that, the game ended. Nobody moved, because everybody knew something bigger had just happened. That night, the courtyard felt strange, too quiet. Dre wasn't outside. Nobody knew where he went. JoJo sat on the stoop shaking his head. Y'all been cool since y'all were kids. Yeah. Peanut kicked the rock down the sidewalk. Man, he just mad. Maybe. But Dre's words kept replaying in my head. You always gotta win. Maybe he didn't mean football. Maybe he meant life. Later that night, I sat by the window with my notebook. The basketball court's lights flickered in the distance. Kids playing, music drifting through the courtyards, life moving forward like always. But something felt different. I stared at the page for a long time before writing. But in my journal, I wrote, sometimes competition turns into something heavier. Sometimes winning starts to look like pride. And pride could quietly damage friendships before anyone realizes it. Maybe the real test isn't proving you're the best. Maybe the real test is remembering the people around you matter more than the game. Because sometimes the hardest hits you take in real life don't come from your enemies. Sometimes they come from the people who know you best. Episode 11, The Hit.